Yes, people, we are back in the building once again. The Big Three show is back. Oh my days. We are nearly towards the end of the NBA regular season. Sunday is the final set of games. It's very wild in the West. We're going to discuss a lot about the Western Conference in a bit. But we already know what's happening on the East. It's already kind of shaping up. There's only one final place before the play-in to be decided. There's so much to talk about tonight. Got my guys in the building as usual, man like CM, man like Chino. What are you man saying?
Man, it's good to be back. So I couldn't believe we were almost at the end of the NBA season at the start of the week. I mean, it seemed to just to just have flown by, and it's man, the playoffs are gonna be the same thing. So we gotta appreciate the basketball we got for now. It's gonna be a almost a sacred area where we're all sitting down watching the playoff games, man. But I'm looking forward to it still.
For sure, for sure. Man like Chino, what you saying, bro?
I'm stressed.
That's his
So
best.
stress, bro. But yeah, so I don't know.
All right, well, look, before we do anything, people, make sure you're hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you're new, hit that notification bell, all of that good stuff right there. We're going to be going live through every single game as much as possible through the playoffs. Myself and CM are going to co-stream all of that together. And also in the title of this video, make sure you hit the link, both of the channels for CM and for Chino as well. Go make sure you subscribe to those two as well. But let's start off, man. Let's start off Western Conference top spot, Denver. It was looking a little shaky for a moment. Like they was on a bad run of form. They got packed out by Houston not that long ago. Went down by I think 21 in the end. But they seem to kind of claw their way back into some sort of form, and they've now ended as the number one seed in the West. What do you, man, think of Denver's chances in this playoffs, man? Is it dependent on who they face in that first round?
I think for them, Denver, everybody's looking at them. I heard RJ the other day, Richard Jefferson, say that all the pressure's on them because they have potentially a three-time MVP, and we'll speak about that later. They have all of their guys back from injury, and they've had a really, really good season. They're the number one seed now in the West, a very competitive conference, and they've been able to navigate that relatively well. So I think automatically people will look at Denver and they'll say they don't really have a lot of confidence in them compared to some of the other teams in the West. If some of them do get in the playoffs, some of them will get in the playoffs. And I think that's just automatically because of what's happened to Denver in the past. Despite them having injuries and not having a full strength squad, they're still going to look at teams potentially trying to take advantage of Nikola Jokic defensively and maybe a few other members on that team. But I'm confident in their abilities to navigate through the playoffs. Whether they will reach the latter stages, it's going to be a difficult one because the West is so competitive right now. We look at a lot of the teams down there fighting to secure or get into the play-in itself. There's so many teams that you can look at and say, this is probably one of the seasons you look at and say there could be shocks. So I'm confident in the Denver team, but also just, don't put all your money on them as well, because don't put your money on any team really.
Chino, what are you saying, man? Denver's spot, well deserved. Do you reckon they can get past that first round hurdle?
Listen, I know what's the name said it for some players are 80 something game player and some players are 16 game player. Denver is an 89 game player team. They're not a 16 game player team. So they might make it out the first round, but I don't see Denver going all the way. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it because it's a different atmosphere. Playoff basketball is a different atmosphere So it's gonna be tough for them, man. Listen, they deserve their number one seed. This is not the first time they've been weren't they the number one seed in the bubble?
I can't remember, you know.
Yeah, when the Lakers beat them. Yeah. Yeah, because the Celtics was the number one seed on the East,
On
right?
the
Or
East,
was
yeah.
it not the Bucks? Was it the Bucks or the Celtics?
Nah, I think it was the Celtics.
Yeah, because the Lakers in Miami, when we went to the final, we weren't the number one.
You
It
weren't
was
number
like
ones,
the
yeah.
first, yeah. So it was the first time I think without the number one seeds. But yeah, I don't see Denver going to the finals. I mean, I think whoever they get in the first round, they probably will have enough to get past them. But second round and stuff, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're safe out west though.
Because like when you look at it right now, it's they'll face the winner of the 9-10 or the loser. So it could be anyone between the Timberwolves, OKC, but then even they're clinging on to that 10th spot right now because Dallas are right behind them, same record and everything. Or the Lakers or the Pels, like, so it could be any one of those depending on where they all finish up on Sunday and then what happens in those playing games from Thursday and Friday. But yeah, like for me, I'm just like, they've done well to maintain that spot. And that first round, because they've gotten that first spot, that first round is going to be relatively easier than it was or it has been for them previously. So it's kind of like, can they get through that first round? Yes. After that point, I don't know, because now it's like we're looking at that MVP and or the current reigning MVP. But then at the same time, can you say that because he's potentially going to lose that, and we're going to speak about that later, there's less pressure on him to perform now? Like, he's going to be like, okay, well, I've done that. Now I've got to shrug that off, and I've got to take my team to a championship now. And there's potential to do that. I'm not saying that, because obviously, like, the teams that we were expecting to do what they were supposed to do this season haven't really done it. Like, you know, they've all kind of fallen off by the wayside. And yes, they've got like some key elements that have had the experience and have had the have the championships and all of that to be able to back themselves up and make sure that they can back themselves to making sure that they can win another ring. Yeah, but there may be a new name on this trophy. There may be, like, because the West has been crazy. But I don't know. But like, all I know is they've secured that top spot in the West, in it, and it's a good thing for them. And like, it's been funny to see how certain teams have been moving a little bit because they want to position themselves a bit in a nice place so that they don't meet somebody in that first round that could potentially end their season right there from the jump. So it's interesting. Let me get into these comments before we move into this next topic. Still, man, like, brush, big up, brush. Say that again.
Man, them scared of the Suns.
Yeah, people are scared of, I'm telling you, people are scared of the Suns. They don't want the Suns. And right now, it's the Clippers, I think, that are in position to face them. So, like, you can already see that certain teams are trying to move out of the way because they don't want the Suns. With KD moving crazy. Yeah, that is a good matchup still for the first round. That's gonna be some good high level basketball. I can't lie. Big up Mans as well in the building. What you saying, my bro?
The thing is, right? A healthy Clippers can go toe to toe with anybody, bro.
Yeah, for real. I'm telling you,
that's not healthy.
I'm telling you, because obviously PG's out. They're gonna assess him in 2 weeks, they said, to see when he can start back on the court again. And if he comes back now into what they already have as a collective, and obviously Kawhi, I think he done his first back-to-back in like 2 years, like you know, after the game. So I'm saying to myself, okay. And then he had a really good game last night as well. I watched that game. You've obviously got Westbrook, who's on a revenge tour right now. You know, started off at a team that they wanted him out basically, and he could potentially go all the way and get the ring. Like, you just don't know. It's just so many things. It's crazy. But man saying Lakers lewd, hold that. Hey. And he's got a question for us. Who do you think's gonna reach the NBA finals? Don't go anywhere. Hey, what do you man think? Because we spoke about this and it
Damn,
keeps
bro.
changing. It keeps changing.
I don't remember who I picked last
Nah,
time.
so next week Wednesday, yeah, we're gonna do a show before the playing start. And
Miami Heat, bro.
I'm gonna bring the graphic in it, yeah, where the teams that we picked for the top 10. So we'll see how close we were in it. But in terms of the finals, what do you think, CM?
Might be a rematch, Bucks Suns rematch.
Might be, you know. It could be, you know. What do you think?
I'm gonna say Bucks coming out the East. Damn.
It's tough.
Hey, yo, don't sleep on the Kings. You know, like
I know, fam.
Big man.
Sleep on them, bro.
Because even that first round now, if they face the Warriors, I don't know. I mean, I know Wiggins is back, but they ain't look the same.
Bro,
they ain't look the same.
No, Wiggins is done, bro. After I seen that picture, bro, he's done, bro. Like, I don't know what you thought that kid was, bro.
Nah.
No
Andrew, fam.
No washing, bro.
Everybody was speculating the man thing, fam, and it wasn't even the
It
case.
wasn't even that, bro. That's what I'm saying.
But listen though, the Kings. I think the Kings can beat the Warriors.
Hey, Keegan Murray be making his first rookie to make over 200 3-pointers in his first season, yeah.
Bro, that was a good pick. They have the third pick?
That was the fourth. You know, man, like, see, look, man, like Yank in here. He's a Kings fan. What you saying, man? What you saying? I know you're happy, bro.
Man.
Paulo went first.
Man, I said like the bee.
Keegan was fourth.
It's fourth, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Keegan's fourth.
Paulo,
like,
then is it shit went second? Or Jabari? Who went second?
Nah, bro. In terms of the finals, the Bucks, I kind of got the Bucks coming out of the East, man. And then West.
Bro, you ain't no guts, man. You gonna back your team? Bro,
You wanna know why I can't trust it?
Stop this bad, bro.
You wanna know why I can't trust them? Because defensively, yeah, we are not the same as we were last season. And we ain't utilizing the fast break, bro. That's the reason. Because last season, hey, when we push the pace on, man, look, I'll give you an example. Game 5, Eastern Conference Finals, we was in Miami on the road. You man couldn't hang with us, bro. The first two quarters, you couldn't hang with us because we were just pushing the pace. Like, we weren't allowing you, man, to do your thing. Just pushing the pace, fast breaks. It was cooking you, man. I don't see that anymore.
You know that series. The home team didn't win a game on their court.
I know, because basically when you come to TD, you did the same thing to us. You just kind of countered us. Same thing, like a counter punch, bro. You just hit us with the fast breaks. You weren't allowing us to settle. Just, bro, it was good basketball to watch. I can't lie, but
no, listen though, it's the new brother, bro. The new brother. Like, I mean, I think Ime's gone either way.
Yeah, they were saying Dallas, innit? Like, I heard man was saying they should go, and I was like, bro. I mean, he's already been in Texas before, yeah, like as a player, but still, I don't know.
Dallas need to free my point guard and just let him sign with us in the off season because that's the European they have.
This guy's shameless, yeah, because it was Dame this morning. now it's Kyrie. Don't do this.
Because I didn't message back in the group to tell you, man. I was saving it for the show. Dame, no, keep him away from my team. Reason being that I was saving it for the show is, listen, bro, it's gonna be 3:00 in the early morning, bro. Man is at Club Live performing Dame Dollar Bill. He gonna be on stage rapping, bro. When man got a crucial playoff game to play the next morning. There's certain man you can't bring them to certain city, bro. They, you know what I'm saying? Dame in Miami.
Club Live. That is hilarious.
Man gonna be performing and talking about loyalty. That's all we got. We need this loyalty in the game. We ain't chasing rings.
That's so funny, bro. No way, bro. No way. Yeah, man. Hey, Yankees gas. He says,
You know
hell
I
yeah,
don't
big up.
care, bro. Roland, you know I don't care, bro. Everybody can see it, bro. It's Kyrie, Dame, whatever scorer the game have, bro. Zach Levine, just give us a scorer, bro, because at the end of the day, Jimmy can get 30 piece any night, like any night if he wants. He just doesn't try. You know what I'm saying? So we just need a scorer, bro. We need someone who can consistently put up 20 plus, bro. Anybody, but
Trust me, but Yang, I know your gas. He said, yeah, the Kings are taking down the Warriors like the beam. And I said I cried when they clinched. I know it's been a minute. That's the thing. It's been so long since you made the playoffs last. So I can imagine. You said you was at the last playoff series we had in 05. He was 5 years old. Come on, bro. You see how long ago this was, bro.
wow, that's crazy.
I'm saying it's like 18
They,
years.
they
18
were laughing.
years.
They were laughing. They were laughing at the Kings fan, man.
After Halliburton got traded, did it?
No,
Trust me.
no.
No, which one?
I mean, I don't think people trying to. I think both teams won. Ali Burton been sick for the Pacers. He even become a first-time All-Star. Both of them. Sabonis became an All-Star. I think both teams won. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a trade where it's like a lose-lose situation. Is the Kings just decided like the Kings is just a smart. I think the Kings. The teams won, but the King organization won even more, like because both teams was in the same dilemma. We have two bigs in the Pacers organization, in Sabonis and Turner, and then we have two young point guard in Fox and Halliburton. Two different types of player, you could say, but the Kings were like, okay, we're gonna trust our guy that we drafted before you. We're gonna go in Fox direction, and the Pacers was like, yeah, we're gonna go in Miles Turner direction. So I mean, both. I don't think it was a bad trade for either team. I mean, the thing is just the Kings have more pieces. They went and got a better coach in Mike Brown. Mike Brown built the team. You know, they got a good draft lottery pick, and then Mike Brown added pieces around the team. Like he saw Steve Kerr built the Warriors. He's been with team that built championship team, and he did the same thing. He went and got the shooter in Herder, who can a streaky shooter who can just get hot. He went and got a guy off the bench who can take over a game when he comes in off the bench, in Malik Monk. You know what I'm saying? Mike Brown just built a team. He didn't just, oh, this big name is on the board, I'm just gonna go grab him. Yeah. So I mean, it's a win-win situation for both organizations, honestly, in my book.
Yes, Yank agrees with you. He said the trade is a perfect example of a win-win, and yeah, you're right, man. When you look at, because there's some of the pieces that they brought in, like he said that Herter coming for peanuts, basically. Like I think it was it was like cash considerations or something like that. I swear it was like something like that.
Exactly, and even that, right? Even Herder, them getting Herder, it was the same situation in Atlanta. Atlanta was like, okay, we're gonna go with Hunter and Bogdan. We're gonna go with those two. We're gonna go in that direction with Bogdan coming off the bench and Hunter is developing, showing that he can be more of a scorer. You know what I'm saying? Because he did good in the series against Miami, Hunter in the first round. And then they're just like, okay, we're just gonna move away from Herder. So I think it's the Kings just they did for the first time, because those owners are, man, they
okay, so it was Justin Holiday that went in exchange so Justin Holiday, Harkless, and the first 2024 first, that's lottery protected. That's not bad, you know.
Yeah, no, Herder was a big part of what's the name, bro. He was a big part of the
Hawks.
The Hawks.
The year that they had in to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, it's true. Because he was shooting.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go back to Mandy's question. Yeah, I can't back my team. I told man, innit? I can't back my team this year. I'm just gonna lay off in it. We'll see in it. But the Bucks look crazy, bro. They defensively, yeah, they've been locking down teams all year. So it's like,
bro, even Drew Holiday dropping 50-point games, bro.
they looking unstoppable right now. I can't say nothing. All I'm saying is if it gets to a Eastern Conference Finals and it's the Celtics and the Bucks, that's gonna be one hell of a series to watch. Definitely.
You know what's crazy?
Right.
I don't even think Middleton is playing good.
He's not. I don't even know how many games he's played this year. I could count. It's probably like 20. Like, if we're being honest.
But the thing is, Drew Holiday stepped up his offensive game, and then Brook Lopez too. Brook Lopez stepped up even more.
Jay Crowder was a nice piece that they added in there, though. I can't lie. He's been actually playing pretty well. Like I thought.
No, you know what though? Actually, I do need that rematch. I need that Bucks, that Suns Bucks, because I need to see Jay Crowder. If this man strike out,
oh, you're right. You're so right.
If this man strike out on rings, bro, because he lost with Miami. Then he lost with the Suns the next year. Oh my God.
You're right. That I might have to see that. The Sun. I need a rematch. I might need a rematch still.
That was a soap opera. That was a soap opera within itself at the start of the season.
Hey, trust me. Bro, it was actually a mess down there in Arizona. I can't lie to you. Man. It was a mess. All right. Well, speaking about the Bucks, yeah, they've secured top spot in the East. Now, I think all of us have earmarked them to be potential champions, right? But let's talk about like how well they've been able to showcase their ability as a team this season. When you consider the fact that the majority of their starting five that you would expect to be there healthy have not played with each other this season. So Giannis has been the mainstay. He's played in pretty much every game you can think of, but Middleton's not been there for a lot of the season. Holiday wasn't there for the start of the season. He's come back in as the middle and then towards the end. Brook Lopez has been a mainstay for a lot of the season, and they've been missing some pieces as well because they had to trade away a few, brought in a few, and so it's not necessarily been a solid Bucks team, let's say, for the full season, and coupled with the fact that defensively they've been playing really well. So what do you man think?
Hey, man, they're looking dangerous right now. When you look at the Bucks, they had a few adversities at the start of the season, like you said, regarding injuries and stuff like that. But when they were able to find a bit of continuity, they locked up the defensive end. I mean, they really went into that and focused on it this season. And even when they haven't been at their best offensively, they've had just an elite defense to carry them to win games, and they went on some brilliant runs this season as well, leading them to be in the first seed right now. I mean, you like what Chino said, you have guys like Drew Holiday dropping some great offensive performances. Giannis, you know what he's going to do on both ends of the floor. Brook Lopez, Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He's been brilliant on that end of the floor this year. And they're not full strength yet. Chris Middleton, who can be a big-time offensive player. He's proved it now in the playoffs that if he needs to step up, he did it in Giannis's absence in their championship run. Yeah. This is a guy that, helped the Bucks to get back and secure it. So he can do it. And I'm confident now when he gets a bit of games in, because I think he's played just looked at about 30-odd games. So hopefully he can get into his own rhythm come the end and the start of the playoffs. But they're looking real dangerous. Bobby Portis Jr., who's a contender for 6th Man of the Year. I mean, we're talking about a team that's absolutely stacked from top to bottom.
No, CM, hold your thought. CM, hold your thought real quick. I want you to remember where you were going. But no, that Bobby Portis guy, no, forget him. Bug-eyed looking.
I you know what? I agree with you,
bro.
I agree. I hate that guy,
Listen, bro. I had a prize pick, bro. I put $20 to win $500, bro. And this worthless, bro. This guy needed one bucket, bro. Bro, he even had a free throw. He missed the free throw and then get a flagrant in the coach sitting for the rest of the game. Bro, this guy is worthless, bro. But yeah, go ahead, CM. Go ahead. My bad, bro.
He lost your money, bro. That's hilarious.
You know what's the worst part about that? You see these NBA players, fam, they'll say you bud your parlays, fam.
Trust me, bro. They don't care. They don't care, bro. It's funny as hell, bro.
It's crazy, man.
My bad, CM. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, it's cool, bro. But nah, I was literally just ending up my take, fam. Literally, the team's stacked. It's looking good for them going into the playoffs. It's not a definite thing. We will say that, but they have a squad full of guys that have proved they can get to that point and do the job once they are there. So let's see what happens this year.
Because I mean, when you look at it, right, in terms of the playing, they could potentially meet one of Toronto, Chicago, Miami, or Atlanta in that first round.
Bro, we're the 6th seed, bro. It's the Nets, bro. Relax.
Nah, you're 7th seed, bro.
Big man, it's either we're the 6th seed or we're the 11th seed, bro. Like, I
don't know, we're the 6th over the 11th. There's no in between. Nah, that is hilarious. You are 7th right now, bro. Like, you could be facing the Bucks first round, bro. Is that what you? No. You might be. You might. If you lose the game against ATL, then you're gonna have to play the Bucks. That's the Bucks game.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna get this. We're gonna get the 7th seed, and we're gonna put you out of your misery early.
No, you're not.
Yes,
we're gonna cook you. I know Jimmy's gonna, come alive. And I know Bam's gonna do his thing, but the rest of your team, you can't rely on them, bro. You can't. Like, you cannot rely on them.
How? What? There's a reason why they weren't drafted.
That's fine. You can't rely on them. But except
exactly. There's a reason why.
No
team drafted them, bro. You can't rely on them.
Nah. Hey, have faith, Chino, man.
Nah, Chino, you are the one saying that. Our team is undrafted. We got the underdogs. Spo is doing this and that. And now you want to change your mind. Don't change your mind. Hey, you have to accept the 7th seed with pride, bruv. Because you were the one talking all this smack. Yeah, remember? You was talking all this smack.
There comes a time, bro, where, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you just always calling for players that don't want to come to your team, bro. Talking about Donovan Mitchell. And then he's gone to Cleveland. You're talking about Dame. He'll stay in Portland. Kyrie will go to LA, bruv. Or Dame might go to Brooklyn. He won't come to Miami.
Nobody that don't want
to. Man's gonna drop a freestyle.
No,
I thought about coming to Miami. I said, hell nah.
Dame is for sure coming to Miami. Like, bro, are there anybody? Listen, no. Listen, this is my point.
Brooklyn.
This is my point. This is my point, though. No, listen, bro. Listen. You see how KD asked to go play with Booker, right? Because of their relationship with Team USA. Yeah. The closest relationship with Dame on Team USA is him and Bam. They have a really great relationship. So I feel like, and he said in an interview, in a podcast, he said he was like, if I had a dominant big, like Bam, a big that, could take some of the pressure off me defensive wise. Bro, come on, bro. Stop playing, bro. Listen.
Brooklyn need a star.
Roland. Now, listen, let me
Brooklyn need a star. They've been saying this. They need a star.
Okay, listen, Roland, let me be honest. Brooklyn does that, bro. Everybody, even the Knicks have better asset than Miami. Like, everybody have better asset. My thing
Brooklyn got assets, bro. They got too many wing players. They need to get rid of them.
I'm just chatting, bro. You gotta have some guts. But no, I don't think nobody's coming here like you said, bro. Listen, I've been saying in the group chat, in the Miami group chat, I'm calling just trade Jimmy, blow it up, get 5 first-round pick from a contender and trade Jimmy there, bro.
Wait, what?
For Jimmy? Well, no, don't tell me for who. 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 What have Rudy Gobert done to deserve 5 first-round pick. Don't tell me for who. Don't
Three-time
tell me
defensive
for
player of
who.
the year.
Don't tell me for who.
He's a three-time defensive player of the year, so of course they're gonna
Don't
do
tell
that.
me for who. Don't tell me for who. This is a 6-time NBA All-Star.
So you're gonna trade Jimmy buckets
for
Yeah.
for 5 first rounds.
I mean, it can actually just be 3 picks and then 2 pick swap. Those still count as first.
But does that make your roster any better though?
Yeah, it don't make it better. So what do you want?
No, I'm tanking. I'm rebuilding.
I said I'm tanking. I'm tanking from where, bruv? What do you mean?
Nah.
Bruv, before you do anything, yeah, there's Duncan Robinson, yeah, the 90 million that you gave him over 4 years, bro. What are you gonna do with him? Like, if anybody I'm gonna trade away, it's Tyler Hero, bruv, because he's not made the grade.
Bro, that's what I like. You might not getting like it's a whole. We have no picks, bro. We have no picks, no assets, bro.
But you don't.
If you trade Jimmy, bro, it's to get him to a contender to go to win a ring, to send him off with your blessings. I'm just saying, if you get rid of Jimmy, right? If you get rid of Jimmy, get some picks. You're gonna get rid of Hero, Larry, all these guys. You're trading everybody. Like, you're literally trading the farm.
I said we're trading everybody. We're tanking. Hey, is Scoot Henderson eligible for the NBA this year? Did he forego? I know he's in the G League Ignite, yeah. But is he ready? Like, has he declared that he's gonna be in the draft or not?
I'm not sure,
because I haven't seen nothing to say that.
Let's see. I'm seeing an article. This was from February 28th saying Scoot Henderson says he's ready for NBA draft.
Yeah, see, look, yeah, because he's gonna be a problem.
No doubt, he's gonna be coming true.
Whoever gets that guy, he's gonna be a prop. Scoot Henderson, bro. Have you seen him in the G League Ignite?
Yeah, bro, he's nice.
Or he's 19, yeah. Guy's built like a tank. Like that's like it's like he's like Giannis now, like type of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, bro.
I think he's better than what's his name, bro. The only thing is because he's 7 foot, bro. That's the only reason why he's getting all the
Wembanyama.
Yeah,
and he's going to the Spurs though. He's getting to the Spurs, I think, and in that system, because they love their foreign players, bro. In that organization, where that's gonna be a monster in a few years, bro. If everything goes right. Anyway, let's go in, yeah. All right, playoff race in the West is heating up right now. I'm gonna get this up on the screen, yeah, because I need people to see what we're talking about here, because it's looking a bit peak, right? Let me do this. Let me share this screen. Right, Western Conference right now. Actually, wait, where's the? Yeah, let me get the table, because the table will probably better read. So Denver have already secured their top spot. I think the Grizzlies have secured second spot now. I don't think anybody can catch them now. I don't think they can catch them with 2 games left. I think it is 4. But yeah, it's 2 games left for them, and it's 2 games left for the King. Yeah, I don't think the Kings can catch them now. The Suns are in 4th. They've clinched their playoff spot, but where they finish, we don't know. We don't know yet. Clippers in 5th. Same record as the Warriors in 6th. A game back is the Lakers on both of them, which is remarkable when you consider where they were at trade deadline, which was like beginning of Feb. They've won a lot of games to get themselves right into contention. The Pelicans are still there. They were high flying at the beginning of the season. They kind of fallen off, but they're still there in the playing contention there. The 0.500 for the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're right there. And man like CM's team, OKC, clinging on to that 10th spot right now. Yeah. And then Dallas are right there, same record. The Jazz are the only team that have a outside chance of getting in there. But when you look at that as a makeup, those 12 teams, or let's say from 4 to 12. So those 8 teams and how close they are together. How crazy is the Western Conference, and what do you think is actually going to happen in these final 2 games or 3 games for some of these teams?
Bro, the Western Conference right now is incredible. We were speaking about it before we went on stream, how the Lakers and Clippers game, I mean, if the Lakers won, they would have been in the Clippers position. And even now, we're seeing the Lakers a game behind Golden State and their LA rivals. Potentially, if they drop some games, Los Angeles can rise up into the playoffs. You know, Golden State and the Clippers, they could be in trouble potentially. So it's a really interesting affair we find ourselves in. I mean, we speak about the teams currently in the play-in, Pelicans, who they've had really unfortunate luck when it comes to injuries this season. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they've been, you know, they've had a up and down season here and there. Somewhere it looked like maybe they were gonna strive for greatness, and then they've had some bad moments, and then OKC as well, clinging onto that position. We've had some tough games. I believe we've gone up against Phoenix, Golden State. So we've had a tough run to end the season. And then we look at the Mavericks. I mean, Vibes is in the chat, yeah, and he's eating. Because, you know, a certain guy was brought in to maximize the potential of that squad. And I know we'll touch on them soon, but it isn't happening right now. They're outside of not just the playoffs, but the play-in.
Chino, Wild Wild West. What's your thoughts, bro? Chino's gone. He's gone.
Chino.
Where you gone, bro? Why have you run away from us right now, bro?
What do you think? Oh, what's the question?
Hey, the Western Conference is on the screen right now, yeah? What's your thoughts on it, bro? Because from 4 down to 12, there's still some movement that could happen over these next 2 games. So what's your thoughts on it, bro? Who do you think is going to make it? Who do you think is going to miss out?
Let me see. What is it saying right now? So, Kings, how many games left? 3?
Yeah, 3 for some teams, 2 for others.
Okay, I think the top 4. I think the top 4 finished like that. Clippers, Lakers. The Lakers is 1 game back.
1 game back.
Crazy.
They've gone up. They've gone up the standings.
Clippers, Lakers. Oh, Warriors. Who does the Clippers play? Who's the Clippers next 3 games?
Oh, I don't know.
Roland, you could just click on the Clippers name, bro.
I could do. Let's do that. They got their last 2 games are against Portland, who are already out, and then Phoenix is their final game.
So it depends if Phoenix rests or not. So they could win there.
That's gonna be crazy. Who's the Lakers last 2 games? Because I know they got Phoenix. Yeah, they got Phoenix next. And I'm hoping that I hope KD's not rested, because it'll be the first time since KD and LeBron have faced off since like 2015 or something like that. Maybe not 2015. Maybe it's like
when they face off in the finals. When they're in the finals.
In the finals. Yeah. So like it's been a while since they've both shared the court. So I'm hoping that they don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that there's no resting. I hope they go in competitive, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously it's Utah for the Lakers in their final game. Let's see who the Warriors got in their final. Oh, they got. We might have a little taste of that first round between them and the Kings, and then they got Portland in their final game. Portland have already locked off Dame. Like Dame sitting out for the last 2 games. Like he's not even playing. So that's done. That's out. But yeah, this is interesting, man. This is interesting. Hey, Vibes is getting mad, bro. He said that Kyrie needs to do shifts at Walmart. Kyrie won't see the pearly gates. Nah, that's crazy. But what do you think, Chino, man? What do you think?
Tell Vita, tell his fat European to get in shape and give the ball to her. Give the ball to a real closer who actually close out an NBA final, and not trying to just truck up shot, bro. I've been watching the Mavs, bro. Luka stink, bro, in the closing section, and his defense is horrendous. The guy defense is horrendous, man.
I don't know what's going on with Luca right now, boy, but it's interesting because we're gonna speak about it actually right now. We might as well. Yank saying can't wait to put up 145 on the Warriors before we even hit the playoffs. Hey, that series is gonna be nice. I can't wait for that series. If it indeed happens, I can't wait for that series. But all right,
What's here?
the Warriors Kings, that might be a really good series, you know.
Mm.
All right, what's going on in Dallas here? Because at the start of the playoffs, at the start of the end of the trade deadline, they were in the top 6. I think they were like 4th or 5th. And then they traded away their pieces to get in Kyrie. Hoping
One,
that move would take them to closer to a championship ring, you know, for the first time since 2011. Right?
I don't
Mark,
know. So
go on.
I don't know if you look on their offensive ratings and their defensive ratings. They are in the top 5 offensively. One of the best teams in the league offensively, but one of the worst teams. Not one, the worst team in the league defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot put two guards together. That's Kyrie can hold his own, but he's not the best because now a lot of guards are being built 6'7", bro. Like guards are
Yeah,
6'7", bro.
yeah.
So now you can just shoot over the top of him, but down low he's pretty strong. He's pretty strong. He can hold his own, but Luca on the other hand, bro, he's fat, he's slow, he's sloppy. It's just everything. You put him in a pick and roll. You just get him in the high pick and roll. Like we just played them, right? Jimmy just
Mm,
called for the pick, get him switched on to him, and Jimmy's just gone to the. And Jimmy, Jimmy doesn't play at fast speed. Jimmy's a player that play at medium. So imagine a player with fast speed that call for that, put him in the pick and roll. Just take him
mm,
to the rack. It's a bucket. It's a layup every time. And
mm,
then if you're a player that can shoot, tweak step back, you're gonna hit because he can't move to jump to close out the shot to alter the shot, like what I'm saying. But that's the thing is they're scoring points, they're not getting stops, and people want to say it's Kyrie's fault. It's not. It's really not, bro. If you look at I'm not too into the plus minus thing. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see the plus minus thing with basketball, I remember that meme, the Arsenal guy. Oh, look at Granit Xhaka. I'm a statistician. That meme, but but if you look at the plus minus, bro, Kyrie is plus 22 since he's been with them. Luca is minus 60 something, bro.
But then,
So
what does that speak to Jason Kidd? Because people have been blaming Jason Kidd for the reason why it hasn't worked out.
yes, I think so because like I said, like I've been watching Kyrie because I'm trying to see why Miami didn't trade Kyle Lowry for him. I'm just trying to see what's wrong with him. So I've been watching a lot. I've watched a lot of Dallas that I've watched over the past 10 years, bro. Even more than we and them in the finals. So it's crazy how much Dallas I've watched. And I'm just trying to figure out. And the thing is, you're right. Jason Kidd have not staggered their minutes. I thought he would have been a better in staggering the minutes where
Mm,
um, the start the game together, boom. 6 minutes, you take Kyrie out, let him sit for the rest of the first, and even let Luca finish it. Then you start the second without Luca, and let Kyrie play 6-7 minutes without Luca, then bring Luca in to finish the second quarter. Like what I'm saying? He's
mm,
not been doing that. They only just been like not together for like 1 to 2 minutes. Like what I'm saying? That's not enough time to let each one take over the game.
Mm.
Luka cannot play off ball. Kyrie can, but like, yes, he can, and yes, he can just sit in the corner, and he's such an artist with the basketball. He can just go off and get his bucket mid range to the hoop threes. Like, he can do that. But if you just constantly have a guy just sitting on the sideline, sitting on not the sideline, sitting in the corner, and then you have this fat slab just holding the ball. See, my bad, bro. My bad, bro.
Enough is enough, fam.
Okay, my bad. Then you have this guy, bro. You have this guy, right? This other guy who just won't, like, he cannot do it. He cannot play off ball. You know what I'm saying? He needs the ball in his hand. And it just, yeah, I don't like. And Mark Cuban was talking like, they're gonna sit with Kyrie and talk. And if I'm Kyrie, if I'm being honest, like, yeah, I'm grateful for the chance he took getting me out of Brooklyn, but on a basketball standpoint, this is not gonna work out. Like, it's just not going. It's the fit is not there. And to end it is, why did they trade away Darian Finney-Smith? That's their best defender.
Yeah.
You should have put Reggie Bullock or someone else in the trade and keep Darian Finney-Smith. That was your best defender. He could have guard 1, 2, 4, like, depending on how big the 4 is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's not just the coaching too. I think ownership too, man. Cuban need to sit back sometime, man. Like, you need to take a step back. But yeah, I don't know what you might have to say about it.
I think first and foremost, getting in Kyrie, it was a massive gamble. We know how great Kyrie can be, and the rumors are starting to ramp up regarding his free agency in the summer and potentially just walking away from Dallas altogether. So, I mean, like, it was a massive gamble. A lot of people have criticized Mark Cuban for kind of breaking up that core, because maybe you gave in to the desperation of wanting to please Kyrie Irving, wanting to see what it would look like with a star guard next to your guy, your franchise guy, Luka Doncic. And so far, it hasn't worked out. Luka's had quite a few interesting comments regarding the chemistry and how long it takes. He's also taken responsibility for a lot of their shortcomings. He said he's mentioned on the defensive end how they've been really poor. Anybody can score on us. So there are so many problems in Dallas right now, and their position, it screams it out loud. I think the Doncic is speaked about in the last couple of weeks. Some stuff happening with him away from basketball, so and so. So, hopefully everything's good on that side. But in terms of the basketball, whether it's the coaching, whether it's what's happening on the court, they've lost a bit of their identity when it comes to the defensive personnel that they've had. And then there are players in the roster like Christian Wood, who has really been disappointing after his start to the season. A lot of people were saying, well, could he step up? And this was even before Kyrie. People were saying, could he step up to be that second guy? And he hasn't been able to do that. Inconsistency, a lot of that has been with his defense. He's been in and out of that lineup, and it just hasn't been as good as a season probably expected for him. So a lot of disappointments. I think they were able to get a good W against, I think it was Sacramento last night.
Yeah.
So that was a good win in the end of the day, but they're still going to need a lot in order to get that playing spot. And even then, it's not guaranteed with the matchups that are going to be up against them.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I think is key to this, right, is that, to be honest with you, their downfall was not this Kyrie trade. It was earlier on in the offseason when they allowed Jalen Brunson to go to New York. Because when you look at the way he's performed for that team and transformed that team, you will say to yourself, if they kept him happy in Dallas, him and Luka already had a good partnership, and they got as far as they did in the West last season. They got to the finals of the Western Conference, right? Was it the finals of the Western?
Yeah, I think it was Western Conference.
Yeah, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah.
They lost to the Warriors, isn't it? Yeah. So they got to the Western Conference Finals last season with Jalen Brunson as the guard, the starting guard. For him to go to New York, New York, and at the time I was like, whoa, this is a lot of money that they're giving Jalen Brunson to go there. I was like, hey, this is a bit too much.
Wait, okay, let me go. Okay. No, I'm talking to my daughter, bro.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you jumping in. My bad. So like, Mark Cuban has to be blamed for that one first and foremost, right? And then obviously that leaves a void in the team. I think Luka felt very comfortable as doing the dual role. The ball goes through me. I'm the guard. And then Mark Cuban decides maybe we need a bit more because obviously they weren't as potent as they were last season. And you could see that in some of the games that they were playing. And he brought in Kyrie, and his reasoning for that was, we'll take a chance on him. We know he's had some difficulties in Brooklyn, but as you mentioned, CM, you get a starting guard next to my number one option. Now let's see how it looks, because we want to either push for the championship now, or at least use this as an experimental period to see how he will fare in that kind of dynamic as we try and build towards the next 1, 2, 3 years. I don't know how long he's got left on his deal. So that's what Mark Cuban's explanation was there. And then his explanation for the Jalen Brunson kind of going was this. Where it went south was when Rick, which is Jalen Brunson's dad, or his parent, took over. Their parents took over the negotiations. But when you look at it, I'm like, you weren't paying the man any real money. I think he was getting like $5 million. That was his contract. Or something. It was something crazy. When I read it, I was like, what the hell is this, bro? Like, they literally paying this guy nothing. He's risking his life and his career out there for nothing, essentially, right?
So and the production.
Do you know what I'm saying? So me personally, I would have left too. If you're not going to give me the money I feel like I deserve, I'm going to go. And he did that. And he's been able to drive the Knicks organization into the playoffs. Like, they've secured their spot. There's no two ways about it. They've secured their spot for that first round at least. And he's been playing some of the best basketball you could say of his career, right? And they've been able to keep their group very grounded and, you know, do what they need to do. Oh, Chino left and he's back in there.
You thought you told me Brown.
When we walk down the aisle.
But yeah, like it's kind of crazy, man, to see how they've fallen apart so much. And they're on the brink. Like, they could be on holiday. Literally, if let's say they lose their next game, and let's actually see what is.
Oh, the Miami Heat.
Nah, the Mavs, bro. The Mavs. You're not on holiday. You are coming first round. Bro, we got a series. It's me and you, bro. We got a series, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got a series.
Yo, you really want to go home, huh?
We ain't going home, bro. We're sweeping you, lot. I don't care. We're sweeping you, or at least 5. It's like a 5-1.
All right. Kids, we don't indulge in bets on this channel. But Roland, I bet you if we win that series, you have to let me slap you in your head.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious. Bro, I'll take the blame, bro, because you might have getting swept, bro.
You might not win in that series.
Bro, we're beating you in that series, like slapping you. It's gonna be serious, bro. Like, it's gonna be like, we went to 7 games last year in that finals. This year is not even gonna be close. You're not at that level, because the rest of you, man, I don't know, bro. Apart from Jimmy and Bam, I don't know what you man got. That I can't see anything. But you know, it's so Dallas's next 2 games, they got to play Chicago tomorrow, and then on Sunday they play against the Spurs. So there's potential there. I mean, obviously, Chicago are in the play, and I don't think they'll be able to breach the top 6. So they may rest and say, you know what, we're gonna save our bodies for that playing, which is on Thursday for them. And then obviously, you know, out of contention completely for anything this season is the Spurs. So, you know, there's a potential there for Dallas to sneak into the play-in, and then they can continue their process. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens if they were to get into the play-in, how are they able to navigate those 2 games, and then if they get into the playoffs now, how interesting would that be? I mean, we have to wait and see. All right. to round off the show. No, there's one more topic before we round off the show. There's one more topic. I'm gonna play this clip because there were some words being said by one of the NBA's all-time best rappers.
Real rapper.
Bro, I can't hear it.
Feel me? Dollar. Niggas calling for my exit like they walking these. Short man complex, I fade with Kaufman speed. Dame Jr., Richie Rich, Macaulay Calkin cheese. When I speak it, go against them saying talk is cheap. Speak the gospel, I'm cool when shit getting hostile. I assume the worst when a nigga tell me I got you. Christians by the mouth, but Pinocchio by the nostrils. Can't respect your blessings cause they don't know what it cost you, yeah. My heart is big and it's clearly full of compassion. Never lead with verbal, precede me as my actions. Catch me on the beach by the sea of breeze and relaxing. Hoes was marching to me before the dough, now it's madness. Used to play it humble, but now I step in my greatness. One regret I got is the shit I missed from my lateness. Plotting on the ring, they say I should do the Lakers. Fuck that loyal shit, what if Reggie just left the Pacers? I'm a one-to-one, you dummies better wise up. I done made it a personal goal to lift the guys.
Hey, fam.
Catch me by
Dave
the
can spit.
beach.
Dave can spit.
Catch me by the
Dave can
South
spit.
Beach. Breeze
No,
going on
wait.
my.
Oh, you see,
Catch me
look,
by the
there you
South
go again.
Beach.
There you go again.
Catch me by the
Start
South
inserting
Beach.
yourself. Start inserting yourself in these conversations that he wasn't even talking about you. He was talking about Lakers and that, bro. It's not you. Why you want to
Man
involve?
said,
He's
"Catch
going
me
to
by the
Lakers
South."
or Brooklyn. It's either New York or LA. Where you going with this? Miami for what?
To win a ring.
When was the last time you won a ring, bro? Come on.
Haribo settings, fam.
Come on.
When
Man
was
said to win a
the
ring, bro.
last time? When was the last time you won a ring?
I'll tell you with my chest, 2008. I'm cool with that.
Okay, and we won how many after you?
You won three.
Yes,
bro. Just relax.
We
though,
won-
Relax.
we won-
that was because that
we
was an
won
anomaly
two
because
after.
that was LeBron. That was LeBron. You had LeBron. Well, look. So there were some interesting words that Dame spat in that freestyle there, right? Good freestyle, man. Real good freestyle. He can spit. No, we can't like. He's not one of them part-time guy kind of guys. Like he takes his craft seriously, innit? Like so we can respect him for the bars. But some of the stuff that he said, obviously Chino alluded to, catch me by the beach, I'm relaxing. That kind of alludes to, he's gonna be in the warmer climes, potentially Miami. Obviously, Chino's explained the relationship he has with Bam, so there's that there. Talking about loyalty. With what if Reggie Miller left the Pacers? They were talking about the Lakers. There was a lot of talk about the Lakers as well in terms of him leaving Portland at a certain point in time. Should we read into these bars? Is this on his mind and that's why he decided to put it out on wax, or is it just entertainment? He's just trying to just flex a little bit in terms of the lyrical muscle. What do you think?
I think for Dame, yeah, I don't think I'm reading much into it. I think for Dame, it's a way to kind of almost, respond to the constant media circus that always happens around him. Vent some of that frustration in the track because, when it comes to Damian Lillard, it seems like all the time, and I feel like you look at the player, whenever he has a great performance in the last year or a few years, it's like, hey man, they got a free Dame. He got to get out of Portland. And he's always had the stance where he wants to stay in Portland. He wants to compete with Portland. And obviously they're not in the greatest of positions right now. There's a few young guys that he even mentioned in the track, hey, he wants to lift up his guys. You know what I mean? That's the kind of teammate Dame has been. Now he has gone on, he's hit back at other people who have potentially quote unquote run from the grind. But, Damian Lillard has stayed solid on his morals. These are his morals in the end of the day. So I respect him on that. And we appreciate all of the great performances, not just this season, but the season before that in the end of the day, because Damian Lillard is Damian Lillard. And it's a shame that he will be missing the playoffs this season. unfortunately. Hopefully, maybe they can do something next year, but we will see. But yeah, I just enjoyed the freestyle. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Chino, what's your thoughts on this, man? Like, I mean, I know you want him to jump ship and go join Jimmy and Bam in Miami, yeah. But what do you think? Like, is he venting here, or is it just a freestyle that we shouldn't be looking into like that?
Bro, next after the playoff, bro, man gonna come in the interview. I'll be taking my talent to South Beach. I don't know, but like, listen, it's crazy because in one end you can say he's saying lately he's been questioning the loyalty thing, right? Like he's saying in the song, he's questioning the loyalty thing. But on the other hand, a month ago he did an interview when he was talking about ring culture. You know what I'm saying? Talking about they just want like ring, 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 ring. Like he was ridiculous of that, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like I don't think he know what he wants. I don't think he know what he wants. So I don't know, man. I think he's probably is getting frustrated though because I think the organization don't know what they want either because it's like, bro, Dame is what 30 something, bro. Like you can't be in the middle of a rebuild being 30, bro. Like doesn't matter how loyal you think you is, bro. Like you gotta look out for yourself, bro. Like you ain't no 30 something year old man in the middle of a rebuild, like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the organization does in the you know what I'm saying? Obviously, after every season, it doesn't matter. Every organization and their top player, they always have like a meeting. That's why they do the going out interview with the GMs and the coaches and stuff. So that day, the players go talk to the organization. Like, okay, what's the direction? What are we looking at the moment? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do think he's gone though. Him and them.
Because the thing that makes it interesting for me, is like, I'm not gonna say the timing. I think the freestyle is something that we can kind of put to the side. I don't think it's necessarily and there's anything true to it. What he's saying, I just think he's just barring up here. But it's going to be interesting, like you say, Tune, at the end of the season, when he speaks to the leaders in that organization, and he asks them like, okay, so what's next? How because like we started the season on fire and we fell apart. You've let go of Josh Hart. He's gone to New York. He's made the playoffs. Like, you know, CJ McCollum left us a season ago, and he's with the Pelicans doing his thing. Melo was there as a good option for us. He went. We've not really boasted in any way. And of course, yeah, we've got some good young talent in that, but we need some more. Like, and if they was to turn around to him and say, well, we can't do much, or we're not going to do much, or we're going to try to do something, and he turns around and says, okay, cool, I'm leaving. What do you think that says about him now? Because there's going to be backlash on one end. People are going to say, well, yeah, you said you were going to do this, you're going to stay loyal. And then on the other end, there'll be people saying, well done, you finally opened your eyes. Because, like, you know, there's the thing where people have put him and Bradley Beal together and saying that these guys don't want to win, they just want to collect money.
They don't. That's what they want to do. But I'm hearing you, bro. Because at the end of the day, though, what you're saying, right? One side is gonna left disappointed, but that's life, though. You can't please everybody. Somebody got to be disappointed. So either the loyal crowd is gonna be disappointed that he jumped ship. You know what I'm saying? And then the ring chasing crowd is gonna be like, finally you open your eyes, you know what I'm saying? You woke up and realized what you need to. So somebody is always gonna get left disappointed in life. That's why there's always a winner and a loser. So
It's just he got to know that he's happy with whatever decision he makes.
Boy, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see because that's the one I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that to drop the news saying that he's requested a trade, and then they have to figure it out because that's gonna be very interesting. The conversation surrounding that's gonna be very interesting if it does happen anyway. All right, to end the show now, finally, regular season award picks. Right, I'm gonna run through the awards. You have to give me one name and explain your reason why. So we'll start off MVP. CM, what do you think?
I'm gonna say Joel Embiid. I think Nikola Jokic have to give him a lot of credit. He's had a phenomenal season. They're the number one seed. I just feel like in this scenario, Joel Embiid, and I said it in a few episodes ago, a lot of the time you have to have those almost storybook moments in the final stretch of the season. He had a 52-point game against Boston, I believe.
Yeah.
Phenomenal performance. And just you look at the season he's having, he's come close in previous seasons and has marginally missed out. I think this is his year.
Chino, MVP. Who's your pick?
Jokic, and I hear you, CM, but I feel like it's crazy because I feel like it's a sympathy thing. Like it's a sympathy thing, giving it to Embiid. Not saying he shouldn't be in the conversation. I'm saying like people's making it sound like it's unanimous. Like Embiid is the outright. Like the way, but the thing is the way the media and a lot of people, it's just sympathy because on one hand you're saying, oh, you can't give it to that guy because he never been out of the second round of the playoff. Fucking Joel Embiid never been in a conference final ever. He's never been in a conference final.
No, yeah, he has once in the conference final.
Versus Toronto.
Yeah,
that wasn't the conference finals.
Oh yeah, that was to get to the conference finals, isn't it?
That wasn't the conference finals. Joel Embiid's never been in the conference finals.
Nah, he hasn't. He hasn't. He's right.
I know this. I'm telling you. I know this. He's never been. He's never been in the conference finals, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're saying that about Jokic, but then saying this, and like Joel Embiid have James Harden on his team, MVP. You know what I'm saying? Jokic doesn't have an MVP on his team, and they're number one out west. Joel Embiid is not number one in the East. Like there's a lot of different things. Like the numbers are pretty similar. Like you saying, oh, Jokic get attacking and defense. Joel Embiid is not a good defender either. He's really not. He either fouls you, or ref bail him out. You know what I'm saying? Or his teammates. Like Joel Embiid is not this amazing defender. Like I'm not hating on Joel. Like if Joel be like, I want South Beach, I'm welcoming him with Jimmy. Like,
hey, where's NN, fam? Where's NN?
I'm not saying he's a bad player, bro. I'm just saying it's like I'm saying people bringing up race. Like, bro, we have too much other thing with our race like going on that we're being discriminated against. Like, this ain't about a race thing, bro. Like, they're bringing up race with this and all that. Like, if we're being honest, bro. If we're really being honest, bro, Giannis should be the conversation should be between Joel and Jokic. Giannis should be in the conversation. Like Giannis is going crazy.
Giannis has been the most consistent player.
But the thing is, right? The thing is, I think what's gonna hit Giannis is the same thing that hit LeBron. LeBron should have 10, 15 MVPs. But the thing is, Giannis set a standard so high for himself in the league, like, because like obviously people looking at Giannis like, okay, Bron is on his way out. Like, you're that guy now. Like, it's about to be your league. Like, you got to be the new LeBron. You about to be the king everybody's coming for. So I feel like, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't be in the conversation. Just like I felt like a lot of years with LeBron, it didn't mean he shouldn't be in the conversation because of a bar that he set so high because of how great he is. I feel like Giannis deserves to be in the conversation too. If anything, like, he's probably having a better season than both guys. Like, But I mean, it's honestly, I don't really care whichever one wins it. I'm not even gonna pick. Like whoever win it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm going for Giannis. I just think he's been the most consistent player across the board. We've not seen a dip in anything. He's been playing at a really high level. He's been like, I just feel like he's hungry again. He's won the MVP before, but he's hungry again. Like he understands that, hey, I won one championship, but I don't want to just end there. I want to go and get more. He's galvanized that Bucks team. When I talk about defensively, they've been a team that they've transformed defensively to the point where it's not just one or two players on their side that really defend hard. He himself has been leading the charge for them defensively to the point where they're locking teams down. Teams can barely reach 100 points when he's on the court. Obviously, the Celtics did their thing against them last week, though. I can't lie. But for me, Giannis has to be there in that conversation. The fact that they've kind of like left him to the side is crazy to me. I think he has to be MVP. But hey, that's my opinion in it. Defensive Player of the Year. CM, I'm passing it over to you. Who do you think is Defensive Player of the Year for this year?
This was a tough one. I'm gonna say Triple J. There was a lot of scrutiny, for Memphis, and I was still a fan of this Memphis team. I ain't gonna lie, I love their attitude, but I came across something saying he'll become the first player to average at least 3 blocks and a steal in the last 15 seasons. But with him, it's much more than the stats. When you watch his game, it's not just bigs that he's defending and he's lowering their field goal percentage at the rim. When he does, take the assignment of guards or he gets switched on to them, he also holds them to, I believe it's 36%, which I saw. So he's a very versatile defensive player, and he's shown as well that he can have big nights on the offensive end as well, and it's going to be big for Memphis come playoff time. So I'm giving it to him.
Chino, who do you think?
Brook Lopez.
Hey, Brook's been cooking this year.
Yeah.
Brook Lopez.
Like he's leading the NBA.
He's cooking.
He's leading the NBA.
No, listen, I'm watching Kyrie Irving highlights right now. Roland, can you put this up on the screen real quick? Let me jump in.
Send it to me.
Let me send it
like
to
Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez is leading the NBA in blocks, 169. You know what I'm saying? Like, like he's come back from the back surgery and he's been doing his thing. Let me see if I can put this on the screen. I mean, like, what's it? I think, bro, his block percentage is 67%. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, no, Brook Lopez is cooking.
It's been a block party in Milwaukee.
And they're the number one team, bro. Like, they got a good defense, too.
I can't lie. I agree with that one, man. That's one that I have to agree with because I feel like he's been, obviously, Giannis has been leading them defensively, but he's been.
CM is a fraud, bro. I'm not picking no guy that his what's the name was boosting his stats, bro. CM is a fraud. He's frauding right now. He's frauding like JJJ, bro.
CM loves that Memphis team, though. He loves that Memphis team. That's why he did it still. He loves that team,
bro. That guy's a fraud. I'm not picking him, bro. He's a fraud.
It is what it is, fam. I'll sit in the booster seat if I have to, fam. I don't care.
But yeah, I agree with the Brook Lopez. As I said, man, leading the league in blocks. Like block percentage is mad high per game. Like, bro, he's definitely been a part of forming that defensive identity for Mike Budenholzer and that Bucks team. Like, and the fact that he's been able to do that after recovering from a back surgery as well, because we already know that the back is a delicate thing. Like, it's delicate. Sometimes you injure your back, you're never the same again. So you've been able to come back and recover for that and help Giannis in that regard to help that team become defensive. To be such a defensive team to the point where they're locking these teams down, it's gotta be Brook Lopez for me. All right, 6th man of the year.
Oh my God, Roland, run the clip, man. Oh my God,
did you send it? Did you send it
to the WhatsApp group? Yeah, he's so nice.
Let me see.
Bro,
I think
he's
I think I seen the highlight that you're talking about yesterday. You know,
bro,
I think
this
I
is just
seen.
the second half, bro. This ain't even the
I think
whole
I
game.
seen that. We'll run it at the end. We'll run it at the end.
Hey,
Let me just
Mm.
let me do one thing.
Okay, 6 men.
6 man of the year. Chino, you kick us off. 6 man of the year. Who's your guy?
Tyler Hero.
Huh? Tyler Hero?
I know.
What?
Listen, hold on, real quick. Let me say something though.
Huh?
He said in an interview, right? He said he was crying to be a starter, right? And he said in the interview he don't know what went wrong this year and blah blah blah. And someone quoted it, and it got a lot of retweets and a lot of likes. Someone said, yeah, he didn't say no name, but he was like, yeah, we have guys crying about the team to be switched for things to be given to them. Cause like Tyler was crying to be given the starter spot. So that's what went wrong. Like Tyler doesn't fit with Bam and Jimmy. He should have just stayed 6 man. No, 6 man is Bobby Portis, that bug eyed motherfucker.
Hey, there's too many Bucks
Oh
players
no,
on this thing.
I'm lying. Norman
This
Powell.
the time is not.
I'm lying. Norman Powell.
Norman Powell has cooked. He's
Um,
cooked this year, bro. What?
I'm lying. Yeah, Norman Powell.
Norman Powell been
Norman
doing his
Powell.
thing. CM,
That's my
6 man.
I was looking at 2 guys. Yeah, I was looking at Emmanuel Quickly, New York Knicks, and I was looking at Malcolm Brogdon because I've really loved what he's provided on that Boston team in terms of scoring and he's timely with it, but also the playmaking, and he could play a bit of defense as well. So he's been a welcome addition to that Boston side who have wanted a more traditional guard for quite a few years now. Emmanuel Quickly, he's had an increased role this season. I think he's played 30 minutes a night, and he's lived up to those expectations. We're talking about career high on points, rebounds. He's competing, and when you think about the New York Knicks and where they were this time last season, they were on the outside looking in, and now they're on the inside. They're very much so in the NBA playoffs, and he's a big part of that. In the end of the day, coming off and setting the tone off that bench. So I'm probably picking Quickly.
I think I'm going Malcolm Brogdon, and that's no bias. I just feel like, in terms of what he's been able to offer, it's actually, when we talk about steals, that was a steal by Brad Stevens and the front office to bring him into Boston, because obviously he's had his fair share of injury problems over the last 2 years. So you weren't sure, if that was going to affect him coming into that Boston locker room. But what he's been able to show this year, and you mentioned it as well, is a good point, CM, that we've been looking for a traditional guard, and I've been mentioning it for the last 2 years, and we found one and been able to split the role dually between him and Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart's had some injuries this year and whatnot, so it's actually refreshing to see someone, a facilitator, a playmaker in that position, and the beginnings of those offensive plays are not being funneled through JT and JB. Like seeing someone be in there in between the two of them and facilitating and let these guys, get into their position so that the plays can work out the way they need to, has been refreshing for me. And then for someone to come off the bench. And so one thing I'll say is that if he's fit, he starts at the Pacers or at another team. The fact that he's been able to show some humility and say, I'm going to be a part of this team, we're going for a championship, I'll come off the bench to help and assist my teammates, even makes it better for me, because that shows the character of the player, right? So for me, it's 6 man of the year, locked down, Malcolm Brogdon. No bias. I'm just, what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I just feel like he's done the best. All right. Most improved player. This is a good one. What do you think?
I had 3 candidates. In the end, I went for Jalen Brunson. I felt like, once again, I know I get 2 guys from the New York Knicks, but what he's been able to do, I think at the start of the season, nobody expected him to be a pillar of that New York Knicks roster. They knew he had game from what we saw in Dallas and what he was able to do with Luka, but they wasn't expecting an influence like this on the team, scoring wise, playmaking, doing what he does, competing on a nightly basis. And you know, his game is elite. When you watch his game, the footwork, the beauty of it is the physicality of his game as well, ability to get to the rim, pull up mid-range as well. He's just done so well this season. I want to give honorable mentions to Lauri Markkanen, because even though Utah have kind of dropped off a bit, he's had a good season, and he's been able to prove that he can be maybe a two option. You never know on a successful team. Something that Chicago were begging for when they drafted him all those years ago, but it just didn't work out. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, because what he's done it's not over yet, but if he potentially leads us into the play-in, you know, leading this young roster, because it's a really young team we've got right now, leading this young roster, averaging 30 points per game, 5 assists, almost 5 rebounds. The things he's been able to do and the jump that he's made is unbelievable. And for us to be in a position where we could potentially be in the play-in and get more postseason experience, a lot of that is down to him. And there are some other honorable mentions that I'll speak about later on. But yeah, he's been brilliant this season.
Chino, who's your most improved player?
Shai.
Why'd you say that?
Because he should be in the MVP conversation for me. Like, if it's not the top 3 guys, Shai's definitely in the top 5 MVP conversation for me.
Do you reckon Shai? Do you reckon Shai makes All NBA, or is he going to be second team?
Oh, crazy, huh? Might be second. They might give him second because they like going off names, but dude have some fire quotes, you know.
Yo, the quotes,
like,
the quotes are the best,
yeah. Ruby, yeah, he got some fire quotes on his IG, but yeah, I'll give it to Shai.
I think I'm gonna give it to Lauri Markkanen. You know, the reason why I say that is I feel like when he left Cleveland, I feel like he was doing pretty well at Cleveland. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he was improving as a player there, like as he was getting some game time and stuff, but he wasn't getting a lot of game time. He was just coming in off the bench and whatnot. So to go out to Utah, you know, as part of this blockbuster trade to see Donovan Mitchell go the other way, and basically be a part of a very disjointed team where at the start of the season they were on fire, man. Like, and he was at the heart of it. And he's continued that form despite the fact that the team haven't necessarily done as well and they've kind of dropped pretty much out of the race.
Hey, we're talking about. Did you hear what the anonymous executive, Western Conference executive, said about the draft, about Wembanyama and school? He was like, whoever get that guy, they're gonna be so good. I'm kind of mad. Within a tank enough to get him. Everybody was like, Danny, shut up.
Brother. Yeah, trust me. Hey, because you already know, they wanted to bring him to Utah, fam. You already know that. But I think he's getting to the Spurs still. I think that's
the Utah was cooking, man, and Ainge was like, nah, listen, y'all gotta chill out. Like, I'm trying to tank right here.
So yeah, I think Lauri Markkanen is like he's definitely stood out in that team, and I mean I gotta give a slight shout out to Walker Kessler as well. He's had a really good rookie year as well, and he's also helped in that regard. But yeah, Lauri Markkanen has got to be my most improved player, man, because he's really been showing out, man, this season for the Jazz. All right, last one, Rookie of the Year.
Rookie
Rookie
of the Year. CM, who's your pick?
I feel like the obvious option would be Paolo Banchero. In terms of consistency, he's been there. But man, I want to give another honorable shout out to our guy Jalen Williams, man, because in the final stretches of the season, he's really put it together. He's been a massive impact in this OKC team on both ends of the floor, helping us in our push to try and get into the play-in. This is a guy, I think in the last 10 games, he's averaged almost 20 points per game. So really improved and bumped up that scoring. 31 against Charlotte, 27 against Detroit. I think defensively, he's been impacting games, getting steals, and just guarding up as good as he possibly can. He's an athlete. So one point in his game, which I think I said early in the season, was, will be good along the way. I'm not saying next season, but as his career progresses, maybe he improves that 3-point shot. But he's an absolute athlete, and it's a great rookie season for him, to be fair, because he's improved as the season has gone by. He's grown in confidence, and I think that's just the team he's a part of. Everybody's grown in confidence from the start of the season. Of course, we've had some ups and downs. We had some downs recently, but we're still competing, and he's been a big part of that in the final stretch of the season.
Man like Chino, who is going to be your rookie of the year?
Paulo.
Man like Paolo.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Funny, Chino.
Bro, yeah, Paulo or Keegan Murray, man. Keegan Murray is a big part of the Kings,
Keegan Murray has done really well this season. I can't lie.
Actually, I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna give it to Jokic. Jovic.
Yeah,
Nikola Jovic.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who you are.
Bro,
like, I know who he is, but nah.
It's that Dr. Miami juice, fam.
Bro, I don't know what it is. Dr. Miami, I don't know, innit, bro. It's one of them, bro. But nah, fam, no, bro. We're not doing that.
All right, whatever you say,
bro. For me, this is tough, because Paolo was doing his thing, cooking. But then you got Mathurin at the Pacers had a really good year.
Yeah.
Good first year. Really good first year. And remember when he came in, the quote was, "I'm going to be better than LeBron." Bro, I'm better than LeBron right now. He said, that was the confidence he had. He was really good for the Pacers this year. Good first year. Walker Kessler's been really good though for the Jazz. He's been really, really good for the Jazz. It's tough. Then obviously, Jalen Williams had a really good year for OKC, and then the fifth guy would be Keegan Murray. Out of those five, who am I picking? Because it's so close between those guys. So close.
Mm-hmm.
It's close. I think I'm gonna go Walker Kessler. I think for me, when I've tuned into the Jazz games, you can really feel his presence on the court. And that's not to say you can't see that from all of them, but you can tell that in a couple years, he's gonna be unstoppable in that paint. Like, he's already a big guy, but defensively, he was showing some, bruv, like the IQ defensively to know what positions to be in. Yeah, at his age, I'm like, yeah. In a few years, you could be the guy for real, like he could be an all-star next year. Real talk, we could be an all-star next year. Real talk, if he just keeps on that trajectory. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see when these announcements come out. I'm assuming that they will come out in the next few days or on Sunday.
They announced them before
the final
start now, right?
Yeah, before the playoffs start. So maybe
was it?
I don't remember when they did last year, but anyway, look. So, guys, thank you first and foremost for all your
run
comments.
the highlights, bro.
Oh yeah. Actually, one more.
Make sure you ain't gonna get copyrighted,
But we've been flagged already, because of the because that freestyle was a Meek Mill tune.
Oh, that
it was a Meek Mill tune, so it ran for way too long, yeah. So yeah, I'll take the flag in it.
But Tony Romo stood up during those Sabonis free throws.
You think he put some mojo on him?
I don't know, man. He was into it.
Oh, Irving off balance three. Needed. Luka with the rebound.
That was very engaged right now on both sides of the ball.
Oh, Irving will let it rip. Kyrie Irving from way downtown.
It was a reckless offensive play by Monk.
On the move with Kyrie Irving. And he slices through the defense all the way to the hole.
He has been good tonight.
Yes.
Oh. Now here is Irving on the dance floor. Got it. Three-pointer. Kyrie against Davion Mitchell. Gave him the jab step. Put it down. Spins. Picked up his dribble. Trying to get himself out of trouble. And that's how you do it. Sabonis to go with 8 boards and 19 points.
Now this game is going to come down to who's the most poised. It's a mismatch here.
And it's Kyrie over Sabonis. Irving looks off the defense. Bounce pass to Hardaway. Draws into defense. Bang! Kyrie Irving is doing everything humanly possible. The top-rated offense in the league. Herter shooting a three for the lead. Rebound by Kyrie Irving. Man, Green just hit the floor hard, and he's still down. Irving just a 1-on-5 three-pointer. Truly one of the league's best guards when it comes to paint and mid-range shot attempts. Blow by Green. Hooks it out to Irving. What?
Come on, man.
What?
Come on.
Yo, that was unreal, bro. But that's the thing. That's what Kyrie can give you, man. But I don't know, man. It's not looking good right now, bro. It's not looking good right now for Dallas. We'll see what happens, man. They got their final 2 games. They seem like too easy,
bro.
but really depending on what happens above them now.
Dallas, if Dallas want to be in the play-in, bro, let me not be rude, but Luka Doncic have to give the ball to Kyrie. I don't want to call him no names. But yeah, Luka have to get, bro. The guy is too good, bro. Like, I get that's your team and you're the man, but sometimes you have to realize, like, yo, I need to just let this brother go off because, you know what I'm saying, I'm not doing it right now. But yeah, but no, Kyrie, man. Listen, bro, Roland, how did you, man, lose Kyrie, bro?
No, don't ask me, bro. You want to know why? Because everybody's got too many egos, bro. Because JT said it, bro. Like they should have let him leave, but they didn't want to do that. But it's all good, in it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're young and you don't know sense, bro. It is what it is, isn't it? But look, people, thank you for tuning in. We are back, and we should be back for the rest.
Hey,
of the
Roland.
the
Hey, real quick though, before we close out, because I saw the last message in the chat. You might want to make a bet that the Sixers don't make it out to the second round.
Bro, hey, because I mean that's gonna be a tough series against Brooklyn, though. If they do, it's gonna be tough, bro. I don't think there's gonna be no foregone conclusion. You know, like no matter how well they're playing, they play the Nets. Kyle Bridges is on fire right now. So
are they playing the Heat?
Yeah, they could play the Heat too, depending on where you finish in it. But we'll see. I mean, it's really dependent on tonight. But yeah. We are gonna be back. Me, CM are gonna be co-streaming the playoffs in its entirety right through to the end. So that's gonna be interesting. Play-ins start on Thursday. So next week, Wednesday, we'll have a show. So we'll be a day full. We're gonna do the big free show to recap the season and then give our predictions for the play-in and that first round. And then the big free show won't be every week. It will be at the end of every stage. So after the first round, there'll be a big free show. After the second round, there'll be a big free show. After the conference finals, there'll be a big free show. And we'll recap and give predictions as we're moving forward towards the end of the season. So expect an action-packed next 2 months from now till June. But yeah, before we get out of here, I'm going to let the guys, let them know where you can find them and all of that, and then we can close out the show.
Hey, man. Blessings to everybody in the chat, Ronan, Chino. You know you can find me as usual, CM22ENT on YouTube, Twitch. I haven't been as active because the life on the outside has been a bit busy recently, but I'm planning to get back up on Twitch and see what I can do there. So thank you for tuning in once again every week. The support throughout this whole campaign has been amazing from you guys, and I'm looking forward to a great playoffs, man. Make sure you go subscribe to this channel, Chino's channel. Hit the notification bell. Come on, man. Support everybody in the cut.
And like Chino.
Yeah, man. Listen, like CM say, just subscribe to the man them thing, like the video, share the video. And yeah, turn on the notification bell so you know whenever we're live and we, you know what I'm saying, whenever a new video drop. Hey, yo, Roland, when we going to do that United State of Mind, the original United State of Mind, the real United State of Mind, big man?
Tomorrow, I think I'm doing the Luke Shaw because he signed a new contract in it. So I'm going to do a little breakdown of his career so far. So there should be something coming out for that still.
But yeah, man, just follow, just subscribe to the man them thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. I mean, don't even follow my Twitter, bro, because my shit keep getting locked off.
They locking you up, bro, because they're on you. Elon Musk is on to you, bro. Wait, hey, but yes, do what they say in it, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you're new. Hit that notification bell and all of that good stuff right there. And we are out, people. Peace.